Hi guys, welcome to another YouTube video. Today I'm going to be telling you all about my trip to Korea. I've had a lot of questions on why I'm going, what I'm doing, how it even works, how you guys can apply next year and just stuff like that. So that is everything I'm going to cover in this video. I will put timestamps so you can skip to whichever specific part you want to know about. So starting off, for the people that don't already know me, I am a student in the UK. I've just finished my first year of my degree, so this is like summer after first year. You can do it after first year, after second year, and I think even before you start uni. You just have to have a letter from your uni. Just a disclaimer, I'm not an expert on this like whole thing clearly, so this is just my experience, how it's been for me so far and what I know about it. Okay, so what is Yonsei International Summer School? It's a program hosted by the uni called Yonsei, which is one of the top unis in South Korea. It is for international students only, so no like Korean residents can go to it, meaning I won't be alone, everyone else is going to be international, and that also means you don't have to learn any Korean for this. Students from all over the world attend this. You can go from literally any country. I'm obviously going from England. They actually have two options of length, so you can do 4 weeks or 6 weeks. I decided to do the 6 weeks because I felt like if I'm leaving 4 weeks in, I'm just going to be getting FOMO for the people who are like staying the whole 6 weeks. So I thought, even though it is scary doing 6 weeks in a country alone for the first time, I'm gonna get used to it, so it's okay. You have to attend actual university classes, and you can pick multiple classes. You just have to pay more. Each class is about almost 1,000, so I only picked one. Some unis actually do cover these fees, so if you can get your uni to cover it, you can do more classes, but I just picked one, and the one I picked was Korean Fashion and Culture from Global Perspectives. They also have options for morning classes or afternoon. I picked the morning class just so I can wake up early, get my class done, spend the rest of the day doing whatever I want. And classes are only 4 days a week as well, so Monday to Thursday, and then the other 3 days of the week I can do whatever I want in Korea, which is so exciting. They also offer extracurriculars at this program that you can apply for, but they actually get booked out really fast. I tried applying for one and all of them were booked out within like 2 minutes. So the only thing I've applied for right now is a campus tour. Yeah, it's basically just a mix of studying abroad, traveling, and meeting other students from a bunch of different countries, which I think is such a good experience to have, especially when you're young. For accommodation, they actually offer accommodation for early bird applicants. So if you apply in the early bird period, which is I think around January to March, so you have plenty of time to apply for that. So the students that applied during that time will be allowed to apply for dorms on campus. If you apply after that, you're going to have to find your own accommodation, and the dorms are quite competitive, so if you don't even get into the dorm, you will have to find your own accommodation again. They have 3 dorm options. SK Global is the one everyone wants, it's the best one, and it's obviously going to be the most competitive, so I did apply to that one, but I didn't get in. I ended up in iHouse, which is shared rooms, and you also have communal showers and bathrooms, which is not a vibe. I've never literally like shared bathrooms like that, so it's going to be a bit intense, but it's going to be worth it because I'll literally be living on Yonsei campus. SK Global is also the most expensive, and then iHouse is cheaper, so it is 500 for the whole 6 weeks, which I think is decent because I was looking at Airbnbs and they would be much more expensive, so I think it's worth it, you know. It's not too far from the actual like uni classes area as well. It's I think a 10-minute walk, maybe less, and they also allow you to pick your roommate. So if you're able to find someone through like Instagram or group chats for this program, you can put down their name and they'll put you in a room with them. They give you I think 10-16 days, something like that, to apply for a roommate. So I literally found one on the last day. I DM'd her and said, hey, you still haven't found a roommate, do you want a room with me? We had like a 20-minute call just introducing ourselves, and at the end of the call we put our names down and applied together. So that is who I'm going to be sharing with. I obviously haven't spoken to her properly, don't know her properly, but I know her through Instagram, so it's better than a complete stranger. Now for the full price breakdown of this trip, some of this is going to be estimates because obviously I haven't gone and spent the money yet, so I will definitely do an update on how much I end up spending, but this is going to be like an average of how much you should think to save. I knew I wanted to do this course over a year ago, I think like last April, so I started saving as soon as I could, which is why like I'm not too worried about money right now. So if you're watching this video right now, just start savings, and then by next summer you'll have all you need. Starting off, the application fee, you'll need to have this by January because you want to apply by January, like the early bird application, so that would only be £50. When you apply for classes, you will need the full course fee. I think this is around April, and this is going to be $950 per class. So if you're doing one class, $950. If you're doing more, you know, double it, triple it. Accommodation, as I mentioned, I ended up in iHouse, so for that is $500. If you want SK Global, just save for it. You might not even get in, but at least you'll have like the extra money. And just to be on the safe side, in case you don't get into any dorms, save for an Airbnb. I think that would be around $800, maybe more, depending on the kind of Airbnb you want. Flights, these vary. I spent £973 on my flight because I booked a direct one, but if you book way earlier, like in January and stuff, and you also book non-direct, it can be around $400. If you do end up in the dorms, they do require a tuberculosis examination, so you need to get that done before you arrive, and I'm not sure how much they cost because I still haven't done mine, but it can be anywhere from $80 to $150. Now for the estimates, for food, I've estimated anywhere from $500 to $800 because I want to be eating out. Like, who wants to cook in a foreign country? And I want to eat at nice places, but I have heard takeaway is much cheaper in Korea, so that shouldn't be too crazy, I hope. Hopefully like $600. Transport, I've budgeted about $150 because I want to be exploring the country, you know. Gonna need a SIM for my phone, which is gonna be around £60, and then laundry as well. It is offered in the dorms, but you do still have to pay, so I'm gonna say £60 for that as well. Now another big cost is activities and going out. I've said $500, but it could definitely be a lot more. It just depends on how much you go out, what kind of outings you do, and yeah. And finally, shopping. Again, you can skip this, but if you're in Korea, obviously you're going to want to shop. I've put the higher end of $600 for myself because I don't plan on bringing a lot of outfits there. I'm going to buy a lot of clothes, a lot of skincare, so definitely need a lot of money for that. The total of that is $4,498. So just try and save anywhere from $3,500 to $5,000. It could literally be such a big range. Now, a few people asked me why I'm even going, why I decided to go to Korea. So I'm going to share a bit of that. So I've been watching K-dramas since I was literally so young, and I just fell in love with the uni. I'd see it in so many K-dramas. I was like, wow, imagine living this lifestyle. Like, people are so lucky they actually get to live this. And last year I actually watched Cheer Up, which was literally based around the uni, like even had the song. And I was like, okay, this has made me so, like, I don't know what the word would be, like patriotic for this uni, and I just have to go there. So I start researching on the website, like, should I do another undergraduate degree and just go to Korea for 3 years for this? That is a bit intense, but would it be worth it, you know? And then I was thinking maybe a master's, and it just was so expensive that I was like, this is not realistic. And that is when I came across the summer school on their website, and I was like, now this is something that is realistic. Like, I literally get to attend the uni, live on campus, go to classes, and it's only for 6 weeks and not even that expensive. Like, yeah, it's expensive, but compared to like a full master's or something, it's not expensive at all. And as soon as I found out about this course, I knew that I have to do it. Like, there's no going back now, so immediately started planning. I also feel like I love traveling. I haven't traveled much, but every time I do it, I just love life. I love exploring new countries and just being out there, you know. So I really did want to do some sort of travel this summer. Like, I didn't do a gap year traveling kind of thing either, so it just made sense to do this and also get to explore one of my dream countries. The big thing is independence. I feel like solo travel gives you so much independence, and I need a solo trip, you know, and to literally like learn some responsibility as well. Actually, every time I travel, I'm relying on someone else, like whoever I'm traveling with is in charge, not me. And this time I have to be in charge. I have to plan everything. I have to make sure I'm doing everything right. It's definitely going to teach me a lot about life and push me out of my comfort zone, which I definitely need. Like, I'm literally 20 and in uni, this is the perfect age to take advantage of opportunities like this. For the language barrier, I've had a lot of questions on how much Korean I've learned, and the answer is none. I literally did not even pick up or download any sort of Korean learning app because I'm awful at learning languages, first of all. Like, I've tried a few different languages in the past and I never stick with it. So I knew even though I'm doing this whole trip, I'm probably not gonna stick to it. So I didn't bother, but it's completely okay because you don't need to learn any Korean for this. You can obviously learn the basics just to like interact with locals and like in restaurants, but I already knew the basics through K-dramas because I've been watching K-dramas so long that I just picked up a lot of phrases. So I can say like hello, thank you, sorry, bye, can I have this, and all of that. So I didn't need to learn that, but obviously you can definitely learn those before going. Seoul, the city that I'll be staying in for literally majority of the time, is very foreigner friendly. Like, they can also speak basic English, so you don't need to worry too much about people not understanding you. But obviously I will download some translate apps on my phone just in case. The only thing I am worried about, however, is not being able to read like signs and stuff, especially outside restaurants, because you never know what kind of like stuff they require. But I think struggling and getting a bit lost is part of the experience, so it's fine. I'm not too worried. Now for food, this is a bit of a random section. I wasn't sure if I should include this, but why not? It's one of the big things that I'm excited for. I've never eaten Korean food. I did try it in my my second last vlog with my sister. I did a little Korean barbecue and tried kimchi, but that's like the only Korean food I've had. I really want like proper Korean barbecue, and one of the foods I'm really excited to try, I think it's called jjajangmyeon. I always see it in K-dramas with like the pickled radish and stuff. Like, that is literally going to be the first thing I eat. And obviously the convenience store foods as well, those are quite big, so I'll definitely film trying a lot of snacks from there as well. They also have like food markets and stuff that I'm really excited to go to. But yeah, I've seen Korean convenience store videos for years and I can't believe I actually get to experience that myself. That is going to be the best part for me. The next section is family reactions, because a lot of you guys were curious how my family felt when I told them, yeah, I'm going on a solo trip to this country halfway across the world. And I understand the curiosity, honestly. I get it, but honestly, I had pretty positive reactions. So I told my sisters first, and they were like, wow, this is so cool. They didn't think it was real. They were like, she's not going to Korea, what is she on about? But they did think it was cool and exciting that I'm like thinking of this. Some people asked if they were jealous or if they wanted to go. They definitely weren't. They did say they're gonna miss me, and yeah. Now for my parents, my mum, let me leave my mum for last. My dad, he was really excited. He also was like, is this even real? Like, is she actually going? What is she talking about? I feel like for everyone it really clicked in, like, yeah, she's actually doing this, about a month ago when I like booked my flights, and they were like, oh, so she's actually like got her flight, she's going to this, you know. But yeah, my dad was really excited as well. He did suggest like coming with me as well for the first week to help me settle in. I thought, no thank you, I need to do this on my own for once. And now for my mom, she was so paranoid. She's already like a very paranoid person, so this just like triggered her paranoia. She was like, what do you mean you're gonna be halfway across the world? How am I gonna, like, if something happens, how am I gonna reach you, you know? I was like, it's gotta happen someday, so I'm gonna do it now. Again, she didn't think I was serious, but in the end, when I booked my flight, like, before booking my flight, I did like go to her and I was like reassuring her, like, don't worry, it's gonna be fine. And I was telling her about other people, like other girls from the UK who've done this course, and I feel like that helped her like realize, okay, this is not some crazy big scary thing, like it's actually normal to go study abroad, you know. And yeah, she came to terms with it in the end. She was like, okay, yeah, she's actually going. And when I booked my flight, I booked it with her. I was like, okay, I'm gonna book my flight now so she knows like this is actually real. And yeah, but everyone overall was pretty excited for me, which has been amazing. Now for some of the things I plan on doing there, so other than food and trying like all the food and studying, I'm going to be exploring Seoul. I have so many different spots I want to go to. A bit random, I really want to go to Din Tai Fung. I have seen Din Tai Fung mukbangs for the past 6 months on my For You page constantly, and I can't go to the American ones, but they have one in Korea, so I'm excited for that. I think they also have like Chipotle. Okay, I'm going back on food, I need to stop, but like I want to try all the food fast food places as well, like Chipotle, McDonald's, because obviously McDonald's is different in different countries. But anyways, Han River bike ride, I'm so excited for that, and Han River picnics. Anything by the Han River sounds so exciting to me, so that is something I'm definitely going to do. Also going to do day trips to a few different cities. Definitely want to go to Busan. I don't know about any other cities yet, but haven't also like planned anything because I want to make friends and then plan with them. Since I haven't made friends yet, who am I going to plan with right now, you know, so I haven't really bothered. But yeah, I will be vlogging all of this, so don't worry, you guys will see everything I do. And obviously going out as well, I need to see Hongdae, what that's like at night, and Itaewon. I heard those two are like the best places, so I'm excited for that. Now I just wanted to talk about the fact that this is my first solo trip ever. I feel like solo trip is just one of those things you have to do at least once in your life and just like discover yourself or something, I don't know. But I hope after this trip I feel like a new person, because that is what solo travel is supposed to do, I've heard. I'm definitely more excited than I am scared. I'm more scared about like losing stuff, because I tend to lose stuff a lot. I've lost my keys, I've lost my phone, I've lost so much stuff literally only in the past year, but it always works out. I always find them in the end, so hopefully that's what, actually I hope I don't lose anything, and if I do, it's nothing too serious. Like imagine losing my passport, like I don't even want to think about that, you know. But in terms of safety, because obviously it's a solo trip, I am gonna share my location with a bunch of people, keep a portable charger, so I always have my phone, you know, like access to my phone in case anything happens. They do provide health insurance with this course, so luckily I haven't had to worry about that. And yeah, I think in terms of safety I'm good as well, because I'll be living on campus, and I'll try not to hang out on my own too much, because I tend to do that a lot in the UK, but that's because the environment is more familiar. Like in Korea I've got to like try and stick around people, hopefully. Now I just wanted to speak about the application process and what it's like for anyone who's planning on applying next year. So applications open in January for early bird, but they close in May, but you want to apply in the early bird period, so then you can apply for a dorm as well. The actual process is pretty easy. You find the application on the website when it opens in January, and you just enter your details. You also need to make sure you have a transcript from your uni ready and your grades. You have to be passing, so they do it based on GPA. I think you need a 2.0 GPA, so I think that's like the passing GPA, so whatever the passing GPA is, that is what you need. So it's not too hard to get in, it's pretty easy. Like it's, even though it's one of the top unis, this course itself is not competitive at all. And then you hear back in I think a week or two about if you got in, and you probably will get in. Like it's not something you should sit and worry about. However, for dorms, that is something that is very competitive, so you have to apply as fast as you can. As soon as the application opens, you have to be on the website, refresh the website, enter your details as fast as you can. All you have to enter really is your name, and I think your parents' like guardians' details and stuff, and yeah, it should be good. The website does tend to be quite laggy, and quite a bit of it is in Korean. Most of it is in English, so you can understand, but like the notifications and stuff are in Korean, which makes it a bit more confusing, because obviously I can't read Korean. So I ended up taking 7 minutes for mine, which is probably why I didn't get into SK Global. I feel like under 3 minutes you are guaranteed a room. If not, you are going to be sat worrying about the results. I think it took about a week or 10 days for the results to come out, and that is when you find out if you get in. If you don't get in, they do actually offer you a room in iHouse, so you can take that. They give you, I think, 3 days to decide if you want to take that, but that also takes you off the waiting list for SK Global. But I think it's worth just going off the waiting list, because how likely is that you're going to get off the waiting list, you know? And you also apply for classes around May as well, or April, and those tend to be quite competitive as well for the popular classes, so try and be quick for that. But if you know your class isn't really that popular, you don't have to worry about being quick. So they release a list of the most popular classes from the previous years, so you can just check that and see. A lot of people do this through their uni as well, but you don't need to do it through your uni, especially if your uni doesn't have any connections with Yonsei. Mine didn't, so I didn't bother even telling my uni. The only thing I told them was, hey, I'm applying to a summer school abroad, so I need a transcript and my grades, and they just send you the letter by email, so you can upload that. Make sure you save it as a PDF, because you need to upload it as a PDF when you apply. For some tips I have is to apply early. Obviously, I feel like I really need to tell you guys, apply early, especially if you want a dorm, and start saving sooner than you think. Like, just literally start saving right now. As you're watching this, go open a high yield savings account and you'll be good, because Korea itself is expensive, but then with this summer school on top of it, it's gonna really add up. Don't let fear stop you. I feel like, especially as like someone with social anxiety and someone who literally never went out much, it was one of the things that I was like, can I even do this? But it's one of those things you just have to do. Like, you'll never know if you can actually do it until you do it. So, you know, just don't let that stop you. Another tip that I feel like I need to take for myself is to research the practical stuff. This is like the boring stuff, so who wants to be researching that? Like, I want to be researching stores that I can shop at, not transport cards and eSIMs and banking and all of that. But definitely research that, and also research like maps and stuff, because maps are different. In Korea you need Naver maps because Google Maps won't work. Be open to meeting people as well, because obviously you're in a new country, you want to meet new people, so don't be really closed off, especially with your roommate and stuff. Try and initiate things. Don't be scared of rejection. Yeah, people might be like, no, I'm busy, can't right now, but move on. So what, you know? Don't like get that in your head, like, oh my gosh, no one wants to hang out with me. Like, no, it's fine. Leave room for spontaneity. Don't plan the whole thing like week by week. I know a lot of people do prefer to do that. I'm very type B, so I haven't done that at all. I prefer more spontaneous stuff, so I haven't planned literally anything. I have like rough ideas of things I want to do, like I mentioned, but nothing too like strict. And that is all about Yonsei International Summer School and my trip to Korea. I hope this helped you guys learn a bit more of what it's going to be like. And I leave in literally 10 days, so you're going to start seeing content about it soon, and you can literally see from me what it's going to be like and then decide if you want to apply in January. But I think it's going to be so worth it, and I'm just so excited. I hope this video helped, and thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and also check out my Instagram and TikTok. Bye.